Hey, what's up, guys? Max now. We've been testing Viv Vision now for a good maybe 5 hours now. We finally decided to take her to rank 4 to get really like full potential of a champion. Very common now for battlegrounds if you're going to be using her for that specific purpose. Now you're going to hear me talk battlegrounds because that is one of my favorite game modes at the moment. Now I myself have some fun actually with Viv Vision. I do see her potential as a very good utility addition to your deck, specifically countering the mutant champions. Can she counter other champions? Possibly. Is she the best for it? Probably not. Okay, I gotta say, I'm gonna show you this fight. We're gonna do it live. We're just gonna do it as kind of like if I was just streaming this fight. One of my favorite things I do want to talk about before we start the fight here is the phasing mechanic. Okay, I've been playing with this one a little bit more and just hitting the parry and the fact that she phases and you can counter with a light, with a medium, with a combo, with a heavy. The way she counters this multiple ways is actually very good, because especially if you counter with just a heavy, you're able to phase back again, meaning you can kind of cycle this if you kind of space it and time it properly. Again, the more you use these champions, they're fairly new. The more you become familiar with them, the more you become familiar with the spacing, become familiar with their way of attack, the way they benefit from certain things, but also the phasing and mechanic when it comes to when you're using this offensively and the champion going up against has a lot of power, you drain quite a good chunk of their power, which has saved me. If you were watching in the live streams, the champion we were going up against had like 3 bars of power, didn't launch the special 3. We were able to parry phase and it drained almost an entire bar there by just being able to do that. So has a lot of good features in this champion. Again, it kind of has to be where they don't launch a special 3, or maybe you don't even push them to special 3 but get them very close and you can parry heavy and get that feature back up again. But the damage does come of a certain thing that she has, which is gonna be, it's actually called here very quickly solar energy. So she has a feature mechanics or buff that's called solar energy. That is where her damage is coming from. In ideal situations, you want to just be very aggressive, which is what I found to be how I kind of like play her. Notice how she's phasing and I'm ending. Oh, I didn't end there with a light, but I was typically try to end there with lights so that way I can phase immediately right after that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna launch my special 2. I'm still trying to get better as solar burst. You're able to get basically 5 of them, but I only managed to get 3 there, I believe. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let him launch a special 1, and there we go. We're just gonna attack with the special 1, and that's it. The fight is over. Basically, we're just gonna spam special 1s at this point. And we were able to spam 3 special 1s, but all it took was 2. And that's how quickly the fight can go. Okay, this fight probably lasted a little bit longer than it should have because I was just baiting that special 1. I think the fastest I've done this fight, just playing her, was 39 seconds, I believe. And I think we can probably do it right a little bit quicker if certain things aligned even better. But overall, she's doing quite a good chunk of damage. And now, as I've played her, she's very fun. The special 2 feature that she has of like timing that hitting the block just before she does the attack is actually very neat because it slows down everything, and it's not that bad. It's not that complicated to get. You just need some practice, a couple of rounds, to do the special 2 back and back forth. You'll get the hang of it. Trust me, if I got the hang of it, I haven't perfected it, but you're gonna do a great job with getting familiar with her special 2 blocking feature. So here we started kind of bad, but we're gonna try to take control of the fight again. We're going to let him launch his special one if we make him get a special one. There we go. And notice we're not consuming, we just consumed one. Ooh, he blocked that one. Okay. So now we're gonna back up a little bit. We're gonna go and launch our special 2. So we got 4 that time, which was not bad, but there's 5 basically to get. And then here we go with the special ones. We're just gonna spam the special ones again. And we get 3. I don't think this is gonna KO him, especially with the class disadvantage. So he's at 20%. But what happens when he's at 20%? All you gotta do is just go back and ramp yourself back up. I think we're gonna go for the special one here. We're gonna go for, okay, so it was 5 special ones at this point with the class disadvantage. Let's take a look at how long it took for this fight to go down. Because there was class disadvantage, and see here, we're at 1 minute and 12 seconds. Still, I think, really good. So how do I feel about Vivision? Is she gonna be somebody I'm gonna be personally chasing for it out of the feature crystal? I don't think so. I think if I get her, she's going to be in my list of possible rank ups. She's fun to play with for sure. She's got a lot of power control that you can really control the opponent's power, which is beneficial. You just got to figure out how to do that. I think we can go into more detailed video, but this is not the point of the video. This is more just kind of giving you a summary of how I feel about her. But I do like the fact that she can power control, like the fact that she can phase, and overall, it's a fun champion to have. I think I enjoy this champion being added to the Marvel Contest of Champions as a playable champion. But it's not that she's not for me. I think she's fun. I just think that for when it comes to, since I'm so focused in Battlegrounds, if I do get her and I manage to get her to rank 4, SIG 200, that is probably how I will add her to my deck as a offensive champion for my countering of my mutant champions. Again, depending on the meta. Is she also defensive? She's got some defensive features, which I think can benefit as a dual threat kind of an option of a champion, where she launches special ones that are unblockable and that there's a little bit of a delay on the last beam. Also, it's kind of hard to gain power because she power drains as she gets hit. So she doesn't allow you to get as much power as you think you would. She's immune to bleed and poison, so she's a robot, so she's not, you can't bleed her, you can't do certain things, right? Poison her. She has that dual threat, and that's one of the reasons that might be a very good option for somebody, for myself, to get for Battlegrounds purposes. But guys, overall, I'm happy with this champion edition. Like I said, I want to give a more detailed video on her, kind of showcasing how to use her properly and stuff. But this one did want to get at least some thoughts out there when it comes to Vivision. If you feel like there's something you want to kind of go back and forth and conversate, feel free to drop it in the comments, because there's still a lot more to be uncovered. I'm like 3 days now into testing of her, and I keep figuring out kind of new little things about her. So overall, again, I like her. We found out how many tech champions are coming out this year, so it's gonna be interesting how she places when it comes to the tech champions. But because today, in March, sorry, not today, but in the month of March, we have already 2 new tech champions coming out, which is Vivision that just came out this month of March. Last month it was Ant-Man Future. If I had to rate both of these champions this month, this year, Ant-Man Future definitely takes my priority. I would love to get this guy offensively, defensively onto my deck. Vivision, there's going to be a need, I think, for her, but for now, yeah, she's just going to sit there maybe at a rank 2, rank 3 in my deck if I were to get her. If it was to happen today, and if this was my actual account and not the CCP, I would probably be taking Ant-Man Future up first, and then possibly Vision. Again, depending on what I need at the moment too as well. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Was this helpful for you? I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.